I thought that you had looked broken.
Mm,
I was like, because you had went through a lot.
I
Like you
did.
had went through
I did.
a whole lot. And were like still like on the way out of
Hmm.
what you were
Hmm.
going through. And so I was just like, man, he looks broken. What's up, family? Welcome back to our channel. My name is Nikki, and this is my amazing 40-year-old husband, Marcel. And we are renewed love. How you doing today, babe?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, babe?
I am doing good. I think I'm still on like a high from our
Yeah.
vacation or our
Our
staycation, if you
staycation.
will. Um, I want to go back.
Definitely. It was definitely needed. It was time.
Yeah, we um we got to spend some much needed time together. We
Hmm.
had some really hard conversations, but it was needed. And I think because we had had a breakdown before our anniversary, like we had to have those
Right.
conversations so
Yeah.
that we can
Yeah.
get to our breakthrough. So I do believe that we got a breakthrough.
We did.
But we had a really good time. Rest, relaxation, like
All
it
the
was
needed
needed.
things.
Yeah.
All the needed things.
It was like when we first got there, I was just kind of like, "Ugh, I want to go back home. Like it's the comforts of
Right.
home, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go back home. I don't really want to be here. But like a couple of days before we had to leave, I was like, I don't want
Don't
to
want
go
to go.
home.
Right. It was wild, but it was definitely needed. It was because we haven't done anything like that in a long time.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
been a while. We would do like a day here or there, but like,
not necessarily not that
no,
long.
we did what, 5 days, I
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was definitely needed. Something that we should definitely try to plan for in the future.
for
Get
sure. For
yeah.
sure. Like we were even trying to figure out like ways to get him off his job and work from home full time, or just figure out how to like incorporate more staycations or vacations
Yeah.
in general into our everyday life.
Because remember, at one point in time, I was taking like 3 or 4 days off at the end of the month, every month, to
Yeah.
try to do that. And I don't know how we got out of it,
You
but
got
I
away
got out
from
of it.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that leads me into my would you rather question.
Okay.
Would you rather travel or eat for free for the rest of your life?
Are we traveling for free? Hmm. That's some details.
That is some details. I don't have those details.
Okay. Knowing us,
Maybe we could say it like this. Would you rather travel for a discounted rate or eat for free for the rest of your life?
we're foodies too, so
We are definitely foodies. That's why
yeah.
I wanted to ask this question.
Can we travel and eat for free while we're on the travel?
Would you rather?
I think travel, because we like traveling. We like experiencing new places, new things.
Hmm.
And the reason I asked, are we can we eat for free while we're traveling? Because we like to experience that particular areas. Their food.
The local cuisine
Yeah.
and stuff.
So
Yeah.
it's I definitely would go with traveling. That's our time to reconnect, recharge the batteries, and just be with each other. So I traveling.
I 100% would choose traveling because I love traveling. Like, we like being gone and
Yeah.
exploring and getting to know new cultures and
Hmm.
visiting and things like that. Like, I would totally 100% pick
Definitely.
traveling.
Like
Like,
even just now, we weren't even that far from home, and it was like we were
we were in a whole nother world.
right. Yeah, I was like, this is here.
Right, right. I remember like when I first saw, you know, my homegirl, her and I, well, she told me about the location, but there's like a main downtown area where we live in Mexico, and we like always are on that road.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so when my homegirl came to visit, she was like, "Oh, have you heard about this restaurant?" And I was like, "How did you even find out about this place?" So it's literally like off the beaten path, if you will, but it's like down this little like alleyway, and there's like so much like what do you call it, like vines and stuff with the
Trees,
trees
yeah.
and the flowers on the vines,
Mhm.
and it looks like something out of like a movie or like a book or something. But there's a multiple different restaurants, there's like a coffee shop back there. It's really quiet and secluded, but if you are not walking, you would never know that
Or you're
that
not
place,
paying attention even if you're
you would
walking.
never know it existed.
Yeah.
You would never know it existed. And so we spent a lot of time down that
Yeah,
little
we
alley.
did.
Like we went and had our anniversary dinner there. We went
Mhm.
and found an amazing pizza spot
Amazing
down
pizza
there.
place.
Oh my gosh. And even that had like the pizza restaurant. It's like really small. If you're familiar with like Sausalito, that's what it kind of, remember when we took our
Yeah,
trip to San
yeah,
Francisco to go
yeah.
to Sausalito,
Mhm.
and there's like no cars on the road
Mhm.
and you can only use golf carts, but like how quaint and
Right.
like small townish it
Yeah.
felt. That's exactly what this little alleyway felt like. So the storefronts were like pretty small, but they made do with the space. So like, oh, where we got our pizza was like right here, and across was like two little tables. But if you go further down a little alley, there's a little back patio type of
Downtown,
thing that
yeah.
had more tables. But then underground, there's like a whole cave
Yeah.
situation that had
Yeah.
like tables down there. It was like this little I called it train tracks that you had to like
That's
walk
pretty much what it
down
was, yeah.
at an incline to go or a decline, I mean. You had to walk down and go in this little cave thing, and if we have pictures, we'll toss them up there. But it was just so unique and cool. Like we
Yeah.
just spent a
It
lot of time
was the
exploring.
pizza place. It was like, where are they taking us?
Right, right. Because you would never know that that was down there. They had it like
Roped
chained
off,
off,
yeah.
yeah, roped off or whatever, and like just to go down there, and it was like this is so cool. But like it was such a vibe. It
Yeah.
was a vibe
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely do it again.
So in light of that, I have not prepped you for this episode. So welcome, surprise.
Welcome to this episode.
So basically we're doing some, I guess, like Q&A type of things, right? So this is the love and marriage month. We're celebrating 8 years. We're celebrating you for turning 40, thanking God that he saw fit to clock you into this earth back in 1984, and you're here.
So long ago. Where is the time going?
You're here. You've had an eventful life.
Yeah.
You have accomplished so much. So, publicly, you already know this privately, but publicly, I want to say that I love you and I'm so incredibly proud of you. And I am grateful for second chances, new opportunities. We just celebrated 8, so that's the number of new
New
beginnings.
beginnings.
So, I'm excited about our new beginnings and just see where God takes us. So thanks for being my man, my man, my man,
You is
my
welcome.
man.
You is welcome.
All right, so we're gonna do some questions. You cannot look at the list. You just have to ask me back whatever I ask you. So I think I went a little overboard. I was excited to do because I love a good Q&A session. So all right, so what are 3 things on your bucket list?
3 things
Do
on
you
the.
have a bucket list?
I don't think so.
Is it um a unspoken bucket list, or like, because I don't think you have anything written down, but like, so you maybe do, but it's like an unspoken one.
Probably. I think one would be traveling to a different country without the use of the military to experience a different area.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, well, we live in Mexico, so
but we're still on the same continent of the
okay.
U.S.
So you want to move? I mean, like
Right.
not move, but like travel to like Asia Minor. I don't know why I said Asia
Asia
Minor.
Minor. Like the Europes. Maybe
The Europes.
the Europes.
Okay.
No, Europe's a big continent. You know that.
The Europes.
The Europes.
Got you.
The Ohio State. Um,
You are a clown. Okay.
I don't know if it's a bucket list item, but get to a state of financial freedom where we can do all the things we want, uh, get all the things we need, and build a house, our house
Yeah.
from scratch. Not well, from the ground up.
From scratch.
From scratch.
All right. So
What are your 3?
My three things on my bucket list. I probably should have been thinking about my answer, but I wanted to intently be
Right.
listening to yours. So, recently, you know that God gave me a dream to open a restaurant. And so now, like, that's all I think about. That's all I dream about. Not one restaurant, but two.
Yeah.
Yes. So it would be to open the restaurants and the hotel, but I'm putting those together. What else is on my bucket list? Oh man, there's a lot of things on my bucket list. So I'm trying to think. Did it say top three? No, it just said three. Okay, so opening the restaurant and the hotel. Going to Turks and Caicos. We have had Turks and Caicos on our bucket list for like ever.
Since way before we got married the first time.
Yeah, since we were like maybe 18, 19. Yeah. So definitely to get to Turks and Caicos. And we actually were talking about having our 10-year vow renewal in Turks and Caicos in a couple years. So we're starting to like look and plan for that and stuff. And the third thing is I'm trying to make them not centered around travel because there's a lot. It is. I agree. Build our own house. Have like a lot of acres. I want to build like a compound where like a couple miles down the road you can find my auntie, and a couple more miles down. Like I want like a lot of land where we can build multiple houses and like come together as a community.
Right. Yeah.
For our friends and our family. Like I'm down for that. I want to build our house from the ground up for sure because we are very particular about a lot of things.
Yeah. Or if not from the ground up, at least to where we have our hand in a lot of the design.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I think from the ground up would make more sense.
Yeah.
Because of the simple fact of we get to lay out our home the exact way that we want to lay it out.
For sure.
Cool. That was a good one.
Boom.
All right. Let's see here. What are the top 3 adventures you've had in your life?
My life with you.
That is definitely an adventure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was trying to see where to go with that. I was like, living out the country. And probably, I guess it goes with living with you or being with you. I was gonna say our travels.
I would think you would say your military experience.
I was gonna say that too.
Because I'm sure that was an adventure.
That was. Yeah.
Yeah. So mine would definitely be living out of the country. I would say moving to California.
Yeah.
Because that was an adventure to leave our hometown and move clear across the world with nobody, no family. Yeah, like we were by ourselves. And what's another top 3? Yeah, probably traveling.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've had that many adventures. But then when I think about it, like they've all centered around like traveling and things we've done while we've been away, So I would say that. All right. How you feeling? You good?
We're good. We're good.
So these are in no particular order, and they're like all around the gamut, if you will, if that makes sense. Okay. So what are 2 things that you regret?
Our meltdown, the great meltdown.
Which one?
When I left.
Oh.
Yeah, cheated on you. I regret that. I think the second one would be not pursuing my degree sooner.
So 2 things that I regret. Number 1, and I'm not a big regret person, like we talked about a few videos ago, like it's just lessons learned. But this is one of my regrets because I found out after you came back and we had this discussion. But one of my regrets is not fighting for our marriage and showing up at the courthouse. He's often told me like, so the situation, long story short, when he filed for the divorce the first time around, I just was like, all right, he wants a divorce. I just kind of accepted it, yeah, and it was just done. But we had a court date, and I kind of sort of knew about the court date, but kind of was just like, whatever, my marriage is over. And so he's often told me, had you shown up that day, oh, one of the reasons why I didn't go is because I thought the other woman was going to be there. And he said the other woman was not there. And had I shown up that day, he would not have gone through with the divorce. But because I didn't show up, he assumed that I too wanted the divorce. Right. And so that is like one regret that I have. Like, man, I should have showed up.
You should have.
And I should have showed up in my flyest self. Do you hear
me? You definitely should have showed up. That would have changed the trajectory of
everything. Yeah. So that is the one. My second one would probably be not being as active as I could have been in my cousin's life, the one that recently just passed away. I feel like I missed a lot of opportunities to cultivate our relationship, if that makes sense.
I can see that, but at the same time, you have to think about where she was at. So maybe she wasn't ready, and she.
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe that as much. I believe because there was so much of an age gap difference, I just felt like I had more time. Even when she passed, that was one of the things, like, I thought I had more time. I thought I had more time. And I just really wish that we could have, like, kind of cultivated our relationship more, you know? Better, like, she called me her big sister. I called her my little sister. Like, I just really wish that we had that type of dynamic. Yeah. All right. So, happier topic now. Where would your dream house be located, and describe it? So we talked about building houses, so that's a fun one.
Definitely Texas.
Yeah?
I think Texas.
Interesting. Okay. Any particular location in Texas?
I think we really. Well,
I hope not in Tornado Alley or whatever it's called. What is it? Is that Tornado Alley?
I am particular of the Dallas, Austin, those areas. You know, mainly because they kind of remind me of the downtown Detroit. Well, not downtown Detroit, but Detroit areas. Some of the San Diego areas. So it's very much. Those would probably be two of the different areas. But thinking about it, getting more bang for the buck, and as far as land, I don't know. But now I'm thinking about it. Probably somewhere near the water.
How the tables have just quickly turned.
So I'm thinking about it. You said describing it. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. Missing aspects.
Where would it be located? And then describe what your dream house would look like.
It'll be on the coast somewhere. If it's not Dallas, we can get a lake somewhere. However,
you can get a lake in Austin too.
That is true. So
Lake Travis,
somewhere near some water. Let's narrow it down there.
Okay.
We're gonna have a pool. At the very least, 4 bedrooms. We have to have multiple offices.
100%.
By multiple, I mean like one for you, one for me. Secondary offices for both of us.
We just need 2, sir. Like, we don't need. Why do we need 4 offices?
One day we may not feel like going down to our office.
Then we can work someplace else in the house, but not. You are weird.
We're gonna need at least a 4-car garage, huge yard because of the pool. Gonna have to have a water view. Outlooking.
Why do we need a huge yard? You're forgetting your most favorite part.
Oh yeah, for my riding mower. How could I forget that detail?
I don't know. How could you?
And with these bedrooms, they're going to be more like suites. You know, they're going to have their own bathroom, their own walk-in closet. Huge. A huge walk-in closet? I hate when people say that.
I know. The H is pronounced. It's not
Yeah.
huge, but whatever. I digress.
You have to have a gym.
Yes.
I was trying to think if I wanted a basketball court.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't play basketball that much, but the idea of having one, yeah, wouldn't be bad. I don't know if we want to have it 2-story or 1-story.
That's one of the things that I grapple with if we want a 2 story or 1 story house, because the ranch style house, like, although it could be big
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
of that, like, um and you can have different wings of the house, but I'm also thinking about age.
yeah.
And then if we have like our parents living with us
Exactly.
or whatever, like
It's
our age and their age, like the way
yeah.
these knees are set up, they are not Megan style knees.
So
So
so yeah, we're not there yet.
yeah, I don't know yet on that.
Yeah. But then the bedrooms, huge living room, the open concept kitchen living room. We have to have a home theater. That's that's a must.
A media room.
Yeah. And with the gym, we have to have the sauna, steam room. Probably more likely the sauna, or no, we'll have both because I kind of like both. I like the benefits of both. Um, outdoor kitchen,
So you can get your grill master
grill
on.
master on. Am I forgetting anything? Any key most most needed things in the house? I think that's a good start.
All right, so I'm not sure where I want my dream house located, but I definitely know I want it by a body of water.
Yeah.
100%. I need a view from every location, but I also want the land
Right.
as well, like actual backyard grass, real grass, not that turf stuff. Um, I just talked about the grappling that I have between ranch or 2 story or multiple story home. But I definitely agree with the media center. I definitely agree with the amount of bedrooms don't really matter. I think 3 and above like would be great.
Yeah.
Definitely 2 offices. Um, whether informal or formal dining areas, like that
I'm
stuff
not that
doesn't
big a
matter
deal.
to
Yeah.
me. Yeah, like I like we all ate in a central location. There was no, actually there was. I guess it was a formal, only because the kitchen wasn't that big at my grandmother's house, or the kitchen table wasn't as big as the one in the dining room, so we all ate there. But I think if you have it in a decent enough section, like we've been looking at some of those Texas homes that have like the living room and the kitchen in this open concept, but like off in this little corner nook or whatever is like a huge table that could fit 8 to 10 people. So I think if something like that is fine, yeah. But like I don't need a dedicated room
Formal dining room
for eating. Like no, that would only get used a couple times a year. No.
Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas.
That part. I definitely want the open concept. I definitely need a huge walk-in pantry because we tend to buy in bulk a lot. I love the concept of the outdoor kitchen, love the pool, even though I cannot swim. You can pretty much save yourself. I would just
saving yourself. Myself is being nice.
You were in the Navy. You can swim. You had to know in order to pass. So. Right. This is a forever argument. You can swim. Anyway, I definitely want the pool. Definitely want the hot tub. Definitely agree with the home gym. And like a legit home gym, not like 2 machines and some weights. Like a treadmill, a bike, and free weights. No, I need an entire like setup gym. I'm a steam room type of person. Love that, but know that there are amazing benefits with the infrared sauna. So definitely that as well. One of the things that I love the idea of having each room has a suite with its own restroom. But I also love the concept, if it is a multi-floor situation, having a washer and dryer on each floor. Yes. Because what I'm not going to do is run downstairs to do laundry when all the rooms are upstairs. Yep. Or vice versa. Like, no. So Depending on, and even if it's a single story, having multiple laundry rooms
Mm-hmm.
or at least two
Yeah.
in different areas of the house, like maybe one that's dedicated only for our
Our
primary
family.
suite,
Yeah.
and then one that's dedicated for the rest of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that is,
Probably genius.
yeah,
Game changer.
thanks. I also want a pet washing station.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
hmm Because right now we have Dolce. However, like whenever we
We
build
get
this house,
we're going to
we're
get bigger
dog
dogs.
people. Yeah, so I definitely want like a little dog washing station, maybe inside and outside.
Mm-hmm.
Outside maybe for the bigger dogs or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, I definitely want fireplaces. I didn't grow up with a fireplace.
I didn't either.
Yeah, but like I just love like that
From the
coziness and the
comfort you get from it,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I definitely need a gas stove. I'm a gas stove cooker. Like I love gas stoves. Right now we have a 6 burner
Mm-hmm.
stove. I think that's good. I like if we have like a 6 burner and the griddle thing in the
That'd be
middle or
nice.
something. That would be dope. Yeah,
Pretty sure we can get a griller. It takes the two
we
guys.
could, but yeah, it would
Yeah.
definitely take away from what we have. Which is weird because we don't even use all the eyes.
We don't.
But I still like the look of a six
Yeah.
burner stove.
It's weird.
It's definitely weird. Um, I can't think of anything else right now, but I know that those were like major for me. Like I also want like maybe like a lounge area or something,
Mm-hmm.
or like you know how like when you go to the second floor of a home, sometimes there's like this landing area, but it's like a nook
Yeah.
type of thing. Like maybe some like little nooks in around our
Mm-hmm.
home
Mm-hmm.
for those moments where we don't want to work in our office or whatever. Like we can,
Chill there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely want a waterfall too, or some sort of water feature, not maybe a
Like in the
waterfall, but a
pool.
water feature. Um,
Or like in
Either in the house or like the entryway
got
or
it, yeah.
something
Yeah.
where I can just hear
Yeah.
water. Like it is so soothing and
Mm-hmm.
relaxing for me to just like hear water. Um, which is so, but I am a water baby, so I guess that makes sense.
Makes
But
sense, yeah.
because your girl can't swim, so how do I love all of this water?
The sense of peace it brings.
It does, and it always like, especially the ocean, it makes me feel closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Mm-hmm.
anytime I'm around the ocean, I'm just like, oh, I'm home, kind
I
of
remember
thing.
it was. I think while we were on our staycation, you asked me because we had a very good look at the ocean,
We
and
literally were at a condo right on the ocean, so
you
or on
said
the beach.
you said something about I don't know, you said something to the effect of being out on the water, and you said it was like it was equating to how the waves were crashing onto the shore, to the beach, and being on open water. And I said something about it's different. We're in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes the water is like extremely calm. You see nothing but
I remember. I think because my question was to the fact of you being in the military, like where your obsession, if you will, for the ocean came from. And I was like, oh, is it just because you like the waves? Like, because we were talking about how like relaxing it was when
mm,
we were at the
mhm.
condo and stuff. And it was just like, oh, is it the waves for you? Like, what is it for you? And that was essentially when you were like, no, because deep out there, like sometimes the waves don't even move. Like it's so
Yeah,
still out there,
yeah,
but the ship is moving. Like the only waves you get is from the ship
right.
moving, um, which is quite interesting. But I mean, I get that. So I was just kind of like asking like what your obsession was, or like why you like the ocean so
Yeah,
much.
it's the sound, like you said, it's the sound of the water, exact.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as you were just saying that, like being in that big body of water and knowing that God can calm it all,
Oh my
and then all
gosh!
at the
Right.
same time He can create these huge waves. It's like,
Right.
man,
Right. Like I just have so much clarity being at the ocean. I'm just like, God, it's just me and you. Like it's like I can just hear. I don't know. It's so weird, but I love 100% love being by the ocean. And just having that, and I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily need to be in it.
right? Yeah,
If I could just sit by it or
hmm
just stay in my house and be able to see it, like
hear it
it's
all.
just so
Yeah,
much peace. And even at night, like we fall asleep to
hmm
our water,
hmm
our ocean waves. Like it's just amazing. And even thinking back to our staycation, it was so much peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't really argue. We had our hard discussion, which wasn't even an argument, but like we were talking
Right.
about things,
Yeah.
but there was still peace. And even where we live, like we have an ocean view. We can see the ocean, we can hear the ocean, especially like
At night. Yeah.
yeah, certain times at night, or even like whatever's season, because we don't really have seasons, so
Season.
seasons. It is like sometimes they crash a lot
Mm-hmm.
louder,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not necessarily right on the water. We can see the water. But even in our home, there was like, especially when we first got here and stuff, there was like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
peace and just like we weren't letting a bunch of people come in and out of our house.
Still
And
not,
just,
but you know.
uh, it's this overwhelming. Like, I get the Bible verse that talks about the peace that surpasses all understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is what I feel when I'm at the ocean.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so weird. But I think we kind of nailed that in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let me go to our next one. What do you value in our relationship?
I definitely value our connection.
Hmm.
I definitely value that, our love for each other, um, and just being able to confide in each other. You know, like I've said plenty of times, you're my best friend, and that alone is huge. You know, it's just knowing that you're there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in every aspect. Like you've been my biggest support throughout life in general. Like you pushed me. You've been there for me. Like no matter if something I've done is not had the greatest outcome, you've been there to catch me when I fell. So I mean, it's a lot of things, but in general, you.
It was like that look on your face, like you.
Yeah.
I think for me, what do I value in her? I value that you're my person. I value that even in the midst of drama and turmoil and all of the things that we went through, like we have a second opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to really do things the way that God had
Mm-hmm.
always intended for us to
Mm-hmm.
do. One of the things I'm always reminded of is that Bible verse that says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor
Mm-hmm.
from the Lord."
Mm-hmm.
And I look back to when I first met you and your goals and desires and dreams when we were still seniors in high school to be a computer programmer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and how we were on that track kind of sorta until you joined the military. And then to know that through those 6.5 7 years of our separation and divorce, you never got
Right.
there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you got reconnected with me that and remarried me, the wife of your youth, as the Bible says, that those dreams of that you had came to fruition.
Right.
And it reminds me that there are some things in this life that you just can't, or some levels, or just some things in this life you can't attain, reach, get to, unless you have that spouse that God has
Right.
connected you
Yeah.
with.
Definitely.
For those that desire marriage. Now, if you've been called to singleness, I'm not talking to you. However, those that have been called to marriage, like there are just some things you cannot do unless your spouse is there, or
Yeah.
until your spouse gets
Yeah.
there. Because when you are together and you are knitted together, then together you can reach these levels, right?
Right.
I know that there's a lot of men that are like, or just people in general, like, I need to get my paper right before
Mm-hmm.
I, settle
Mm-hmm.
down, or I need to do this first and that first. And it's like, no, like the reason why God created me, or one of the reasons, he gave you a helpmate. And your helpmate is going to come and help you so that you can get to that next level.
Right.
There is no, I got to do X, Y, and Z first before I'm ready,
Right.
And
Right.
so I'm just reminded of that verse, that you not only, like I said, got the 1 degree in computer programming, but you were able to get 2 degrees in the time that it takes one person to get 1 degree.
Exactly.
Like in less time, because I think
Less
you
time.
got 2 bachelors in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So um I say all that to say that yes, I value that you're my person.
And when you think, we're going back to what you were just saying, is people talking about they want to get their money right. Who knows? You don't get your money right until you get with your spouse. You know, you think about the things that we've done, the rooms we've been in together, and it's like we had no business being in those rooms, but we were there. So
100%.
yeah, so the people we've been
and still going through that, yeah.
Like the people that we've come alongside of, and who knows if we were to get there if we weren't with each other,
Right.
And even before that, it was like you were saying, it's not what you're saying, but even yesterday we were having, a couple hiccups, but we still, even in those moments, we still find laughter in those moments. We still find ways to be with each other, and I don't think I experienced that with anybody else. Like we were, we're not necessarily angry, but we're, like I said, we had a couple hiccups, and we were still finding comfort in each other. And I don't know if you've had that before with anybody else, but
it was like what I was saying a few episodes ago. Like when we have these moments, like these little nuances, or like these little lines from movies that we'll say, exactly. Or like these little quirks that we have, like even down to the fact that we tend to make the same sound effects. Right. Like if we see something, we can just be like, and we know what the other person is thinking, or we could just look at each other. If something crazy is popping up, we could look at each other and we already know what we're thinking. Yeah. Those type, and I think I shared this with you privately, that like I never had moments like that with anybody else. Like, and I don't know if it's because of the 20 plus years that we kind of collectively have together, or what, but like even because I even asked you, like in your relationships while you were separated from me, like did you have these like quirks and moments and things like that? Like we have like moments from when we were like 17, you remember, like with your guy best friends, and like something he said, and we all like say that, like don't do that, like, and then nobody knows what that means, but I know and you know, and they're like, okay, I don't get it. And like, or lines from movies that like everybody's probably always seen, but it's like something that like resonated with us, that we're always saying in whatever situation or circumstance that it applies.
So we have a thing.
Oh Lord, I don't know what you're about to say.
We'll be watching a random TV show, and something will trigger
a memory from a movie or something.
No, a line from a song, and we'll start singing the song.
Oh, I do that all the time.
It's
like because I just said time, and then all of a sudden, remember the time when we fell in love. Like those type of moments. Nobody gets that, but we get that.
We do it out of nowhere. Like we wouldn't even be thinking about the song.
Nope. But it's a word, and that will trigger a memory from a song.
And like I said, we could be mad at each other, and we'll still do it.
I don't do it as much when I'm mad at you, though.
But they come up.
You know what's interesting? Because when you were saying, like, even when we have like little hiccups and stuff like that, I remember this one time I was mad at you. I don't remember what I was mad at you about, but something I think you like tripped or something, and I was trying my hardest not to laugh because I was pissed off at you. Oh my gosh. So it's like little moments like that. Nobody understands that, you know? Like it is it's such a vibe. Like when you were with your partner, and I think those that are watching this that like have their spouse, they can relate to that. Like they like it's the little nuances that make you like as a couple. It's just, I don't know. I can't really explain it. All right. Moving on. Where do you hope to be living in the next 5 years?
Honest answer. Wherever God tells us to go.
Amen.
That's the honest answer, because I can't feasibly see where I want us at in the next 5 years. but wherever he says, I will obey. Because I have this places where I want to be living, but I can't see the journey or the way to get there, or if that makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. I think for me, where do I hope to be living, or where would I like to be living? Spain.
Spain.
100%. 100%. Find me on somebody's beach. Yes, Spain.
Yeah, because like I said, the hopes and dreams. Yes, I have like the Spain or getting together our home base.
Mhm.
But the realistic answer is wherever God wants us to be
Amen. I love it. All right. What was your first impression of me when we met?
at. First time or second time?
When we met, you can do either or both. Actually, do both. What was your first impression of me when we met at 17 years old?
This is my person.
Sir, please. That was not even a thing back then.
Thinking back about it now, because even then I think we got each other.
I mean, we were vibing for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, First impression was that I could honest answer was I can see this me being with you for a long time. Second time around,
I'm laughing because I was fly. I was like,
she
oh, he's
was.
going to grovel at my feet.
The second time, I had this feeling of wanting us to go the distance. Um, and instantly,
But what was the impression?
she fine as ever, fine as ever.
Sir.
Yeah, it was everything that I knew about you from the previous time. It was on a whole different level in a good way. It was
Because I was a grown woman then,
yeah.
baby.
So I was like, dang, I haven't missed out on the punch.
That glow up was fierce. Do you hear me? That glow up was everything.
Yeah, so it was a bunch of different things, but mainly it was like yeah, yeah.
My first impression of you when we met at when I was 17 was he's cute, but he's way too skinny.
It was skinny. It was.
Because I'm a thick girl. You know, I'm actually
Yeah.
fluffy now, but back then I was a thick girl.
I was what 135, 145 when
I
I
don't know, man. You were tiny.
Yeah.
Yikes. I was like, this man needs a cheeseburger.
It's amazing I didn't get hurt as much as I should have.
Bruh. But you got around me and you got around my family and you thickened up real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah. Real quick. My impression, I don't know if I had an impression of you when I saw you the second time. I was like, I did. I thought that you had looked broken. I was like, because you had went through a lot. Like you had went through a whole lot. And were like still like on the way out of what you were going through. And so I was just like, man, he looks broken. I'm gonna try not to rub the fact that I look super good in his face. And talk about all the things he missed out on when he left.
I saw all the things I missed out on.
Cause I was like, oh man. And I just really remember like wanting to hug you. You looked like you needed a hug.
I did. I definitely did. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are interesting times, man. Yeah. All right. What's something that I do that annoys you or is a pet peeve for you? I am so ready for this. No, I'm just kidding.
As of recently, the paper towel and toilet paper.
Who are you talking about?
You.
Me what? I match energies, baby. So let's go. Come on. What are you talking about?
When you be leaving one single thing, paper towel, or specifically the toilet paper, you'll leave one thing on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I match energies, bro.
Okay.
And you know that. So why do I do that?
Because I do it. Not as often as I used to.
You sure?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so. Because who changed the toilet paper
You
just
did.
yesterday?
Just yesterday, yes. You.
Yeah, because somebody left one sheet of toilet tissue.
She used a lot of toilet paper.
You blame the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, because today you had to replace the paper towel roll
that was in the area that I was supposed to be in.
What? No. So because you had to replace the paper towel roll today, that is why you decided to bring that conversation up. Mm-hmm. Because I took the paper towel roll from the kitchen into the bathroom and did not replace the one that I took. Because I forgot. I'm allowed. I'm human. I could do that.
I'll give you that.
However, it does not negate the fact that I match energies, and the reason I do that is to show you how it feels.
Okay. That's fair.
That's fair, exactly. So, what annoys me about you, or what's a pet peeve? Where do I start? My list is so long. Oh my gosh. When I ask you, when you take the trash out, because this is one of the most recent things, when you take the trash out, and I say, babe, make sure you clean out the refrigerator and get all that stuff. Why did I literally have to go right behind you and add more stuff after they've already come and taken the trash?
It's still usable. What were we talking about? Was the salad bag?
The salad bag was surprisingly still good.
Okay. What was the other thing then?
It was moldy lemons. That's because you're looking with your man eyes and you kind of glaze over or gloss over things and just be like, oh, I got the big stuff. Or when you go pick up things and you don't look at the dates. When you, so the example is that recently I asked him to pick up some sour cream while he was on his way home from work. Pick up some sour cream. He picks up the sour cream. He's like, and we don't open it for a few days. And then we look at the sour cream yesterday, or he looks at the sour cream yesterday, and he got a whole attitude because he decided to look at the expiration date of the sour cream yesterday versus while he was buying it, and noticed that the expiration date was April 24th.
22nd.
It's the 24th. And regardless, even if it was the 22nd, you might want to make it sound a little bit better by saying the 24th.
Just putting it all out there.
And today's date is May 15th at the time of this recording. So, and because it's a pet peeve means that this is not something that like is new or just started. Like this is a consistent thing with you. You don't look.
You're right.
I need you to start looking. I need you to ask God to open your eyes. Ask God to give you spiritual and natural sight and insight. And the other pet peeve I have, it's a whole laundry list. It's a whole laundry list of things.
Okay.
I despise the way you drink water out of that water bottle.
I can't help it.
It annoys.
That thing has been making that noise from day one.
It's like this it's like nails on a chalkboard or styrofoam. Like it's this screechy noise every time he sucks water out of this stupid water bottle. Every time. Even worse, the man has to have 1,800 sips before bed. And if I'm not asleep already, it's like
I'm thirsty right before I go to bed.
Drink it out here versus in there.
But what happens when I get thirsty in the middle of the night?
I'm already asleep, so I don't hear it. When I'm asleep, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
It's annoying. It's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna lay off now.
Okay.
I got a whole lot more, but I'm gonna lay off right now.
That's the top two.
That was three, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
At this very moment,
Okay.
yes. Okay, let's move on. What are your favorite parts about me or my personality? Or both?
See what I'm talking about?
What you talking about?
Just those little things. Those
Oh.
little moments where we just laugh. Um, your
I don't know why I started laughing. I just felt like this is about to be funny.
your wanting to help.
That's me.
Yeah. Your drive, your motivation, and I really love your eyes.
I love your eyes too. He has some of the most beautiful brown eyes that I've ever seen. Sir, they can't see your eyes from
You
nah.
sure?
And plus it's the sun's not out. This they end up turning into like this honey brownish type of color when the sun is out, but like just even just when light hits your eyes in general, they're just beautiful. I like your eye color.
Thank you.
Thanks. I mean, you're welcome.
God
Sorry.
chose them.
God did choose them. But thanks for liking my eyes.
You're welcome.
Mm.
You welcome.
So what are my favorite parts about you or your personality? My favorite part about your personality is when you put your mind to something, there is nothing that can stop you from doing it. There's such a drive and tenacity about like when you decide you're gonna do something, you do it. It's the whole getting up to the decision part.
Yeah.
But like you go full force, like you're gonna get the thing done, whatever the thing is. Um, I love your you have like this strong desire to like just be a hard worker and be good at what your gifts and talents are, and I love that. Like you are always give 100%, and you have such a kind, gentle heart and soul and spirit that like literally you will give the shirt off your back to someone because you just have such a level, and I believe it's a godly level of compassion and desire, like to to help, you know. And I love that about you. And then we already talked about the eyes. Okay. Yeah. I like your arms. I used to have like, even though you were like super super small or tiny to me, you had like these like you were strong. Like your strength is ridiculous. Like
I don't know where I get it from.
the strength in your left hand is stronger than the strength in my right hand, and I'm right-handed. Like make it make sense. But yesterday I got you though. When you went with my left, but you were using your left hand.
Using my left hand. Yeah.
I've been working on my strength.
I don't know when the last time I did any type of strength training because I don't.
Yeah, well, I just always like love this shit. Like you give the best hugs and like your arms, your muscles, like we're sexy. All right, what's your favorite thing that we do together?
Laugh.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
Just prove the point.
Okay.
We could be doing nothing, but we have that one random laughing moment, and it's like, what happened? You know, it could be about
Oh, we laugh so hard we cry.
Yeah, it'd be the smallest thing, smallest, simplest thing, and it's like it relieves the stress. You know, whatever was bothering me, I forget it.
I think for me, our my favorite thing that we do together is just be together. You know, I was
laughing, which includes laughing.
Thanks, dear. You know, like the other day when we were talking, I was like, even though I like my space and I need my alone time to kind of just usually in the morning wake up and my time with God and stuff like that, I genuinely love being with you. I love hanging out with you. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We could be watching movies, we could be in the same room, you're on the couch working or in the office and I'm out here working or whatever. Like we could be people watching. We get I mean like it does not matter.
Does not matter.
It's like genuinely being with you. I genuinely enjoy your company. Um and your companionship. Like I thought like being with you is my favorite thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So what's one type of date that we haven't gone on yet that you want to try? I know, right? That's a good one.
I would say there's two.
Mm. You have piqued my curiosity.
I would like us to go axe throwing.
Okay. Is your next one about to be an escape room? Okay.
My no,
I kind of want to try that, but I'm also severely
like
freaked out by it.
the thought of being trapped in somewhere and having to figure out a
How to
way
get out, yeah. And we watch way too many murder mysteries, who done it type of things. Like
I'm good.
I still kind of, sort of, like a little
Okay.
bit want to try it, but then I'm like,
And the second thing is kind of in the same lines, like going to a gun range.
oh yeah, because we haven't done that
No.
together. I've done it, and of course you are, your way around a pew pew.
Yeah.
Military. Okay, let's be clear. Military.
Nothing other than that. I promise.
Please, let's be clear. That would be so much. Like I thoroughly desire to go there with you, especially because you know what you're doing. Right. And I have this vision. First of all, like hopeless romantic. You already know what I'm about to say.
Maybe.
Like hopeless romantic. I love like like when you see in the movies and they're like playing pool or whatever, and the girl doesn't really know what she's doing, and he comes up behind her and he's like, "Here, let me show you," and you do it this way, kind of thing. Why'd I have to be creepy? Right? Well, let me show you, sugar. What the heck was that? Anyway, I have this thing like where you come up behind me and you're like, "Let me show you how to hold it." I'm like, ah, like that kind of moment. Anyway, I digress. But love those ideas. So one of mine is horseback riding, as you know, and we were supposed to do that on our anniversary, and we didn't do it. So definitely horseback riding. And that was actually my only one. I didn't know we were coming up with
when you said that, the two popped in my head. I was like,
but axe throwing is something that we talked about, so we never did that, and they don't have that over here. So we have to definitely cross the border to do that, or next time we go on a trip or something, they have it. Yeah. So that one's a good one because I definitely want to do that. I think I would suck at that because I am not the best dart player, and it has that correlation.
I'm not either, but I think it will be fun.
I know it's all in your wrist, like how you let it go, like is in your wrist, which I think you would be good at because it's the same with basketball. It's in your wrist, so like
true, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you would be good, and even football. Like you played football in high school, or middle school, or whenever you played, and then you played a lot of basketball growing up too. So I think you would be good at it.
You might be right.
The dart thing though is weird because that is weird. Yeah, it's like how you throw it. Even like golf, like how you hold the putter or whatever you call that thing. Like when I learned or tried to learn how to do it, I was like, this
is feel awkward,
unnatural. Yeah. Like how do you hold this? It's unnatural. Like I don't like that. I don't know if I would be good at axe throwing though, but I'm definitely down to try.
I'm not good at baseball either, so.
Oh, I was a killer at baseball. Now, probably not. I don't know.
A good game of softball, I'm good, but actual baseball.
So what's the difference? Like
it's the way the ball is thrown.
Exactly. So as long as if you could do softball, you could do baseball. I guess so. And I was a very good bowler.
Yeah, you are.
Mm-hmm. And then carpal tunnel creeped her way in. So I mean, I can still kick your butt at bowling, but
it's beside the point.
Your girl's a pro. What was your favorite part of our wedding? And we're almost done. We have like 3 more questions after this.
I mean, the kiss, no. I don't know. Having our closest people around us, enjoying the moment, and witnessing and embracing the moment.
That was mine.
Seeing the start of a second chance and the reconnection for us. I think that was the best part for me.
That whole day was wild. It was raining.
Yeah.
I was late. Almost got left for my own wedding.
You're just the guy that shows up late. You
left early.
Yeah.
Cause you left with Dad, right? Or did I leave with Dad? No, were we together then? No. I stayed with Mom and Dad, didn't I?
Yeah, and I drove myself.
And you stayed at our house. Yeah. At our place. Wow, I forgot about that. So it was raining. Mm-hmm. Dad was threatening to leave because he's always on time. Yeah. Our wedding was like 8:00 in the morning. We got married at the courthouse again. So we got married at the courthouse the first time around, and we got married at the courthouse second time around, which is why on our 10-year, I'm not doing that. Okay, we're doing a vow renewal, and I'm having my freaking wedding. The only difference was this time I did have a dress. I had my dress made, and it was raining, but by the time we got there and got out, the sun was out. It was such a beautiful day. We went and had brunch, and we were definitely with people that we loved and adore and still love and adore to this day. Yeah. And that was my response. Like, my favorite part was not just remarrying you, but having community. Yeah. Having community that truly believed in second chances, that believed in forgiveness, that believed in seeing us thrive together as a couple. They
definitely had our back through the whole process.
100%.
Even to this day, still have our back. So it's...
Yeah, because Mom is a therapist, and we got a lot of counseling. Like, a lot. Yeah. And even outside counseling and resources and stuff. But, like, that was one of my favorite moments. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What was your favorite part of our anniversary this past week?
I can't tell that answer.
I'm laughing because it was surely my answer. That's exactly what I was going to say. The sex.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. 100%. I was so waiting to answer this question because I was gonna shock you by saying it because I knew you weren't expecting me to say that as an answer. Yeah. Like 100%. I was like thinking about this question. I was like, dang. Yeah. 100%. Huh. No. Go ahead.
When we have those moments, it's like the best.
It felt like when we were 17 again.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like, sorry, we are real grown. Like, why are we doing this so much? Like, calm down. Yeah. Calm down. If you could zoom in on my face, I feel like my face is super red right now. Jeez. I think outside of that, because that was amazing, but outside of that, the exploration of like our city, we did a ton of walking. We went and got our haircuts. We walked to there. Like, where we were is so centrally located, literally is walking distance everywhere. We got so blessed. One of our is becoming our favorite, one of our favorite restaurants. We went there for our anniversary. They gave us a cake, and we thought it was gonna be like a slice of cake. He opened that box when we got back to the condo.
Thing was like,
the cake was like this big,
about that thick,
and he ate it all because your girl does not do cake. Oh, you still got it? See, clean out the refrigerator.
I was saving it
for what?
One of them days I had one late night snack. Okay, tonight might be one of those nights.
So weird. Anyway, we got blessed at that place with the chips and salsa and like some other stuff we were getting. Like they gave us. We got blessed at the bar restaurant place across the way when we got our drinks.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
Like it was just so like we were exploring and we were just having a good time doing it.
Yeah.
Like
Another thing was the food.
yeah, we had some really good
Yeah.
food.
Like I've been telling people, we did not. I don't think we didn't eat at the same place twice unless it was a leftover.
Yeah, yeah, because we tried that pizza spot,
Mm-hmm.
our new favorite pizza spot, which I kind of want now.
Yeah.
Um, we did try where we had our anniversary dinner at. We had been there
I'm
before,
saying the span of the week though.
but we knew that we liked it, and so that's why we did that there. Um, yeah, like we were just trying different stuff and just exploring and walking and traversing the streets of Mexico, as I always say. So that was like one of my favorite
It was fun.
parts. Yeah, it was good. But I like how we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah,
Though.
the initial thought.
Wow. If we retired tomorrow, what would you want to do together?
You already know my answer. Travel.
I thought you were going to say sex again.
I thought about it.
Travel, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on a couple cruises. I don't know.
I don't know. After watching the episode yesterday,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't want to be upside down.
She had a valid reason to be terrified of it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Travel, 100%. Okay, so our last and final question. What's an important lesson that you've learned recently?
Love is an action. It's not just saying that you love someone. You have to have action behind it.
You just learned that recently?
Not just learned it, but
you relearned it.
Relearned it. And putting it to practical use.
Mm-hmm.
Not just saying, doing.
Mm-hmm.
Important.
I think for me, based off of our conversation when we were in the midst of our breakdown, to say that it's okay not being okay, and it's okay to say that you're not okay. I think that was, even as revelatory as it was for you, it was like super eye opening for me. Like I don't think I've ever said that out loud.
Yeah.
Like when people ask you like how you doing, you're like, oh, I'm good, I'm okay, like I'm making it, I'm surviving, or whatever. We try to beat around the bush, but to like come out and be like, I am not okay. And to be able to openly admit that and then allow God to come in and do what he's going to do so that you can be okay. I think that was very like a revelatory moment for me.
Yeah. I think the first time I saw that or heard it was, I think, of course, we were watching a show. I don't remember what show, but it was a guy at work. He asked me, he said something. He was like, "You doing okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." And like after I said it, I was like, "Wow, that was powerful."
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying about that. So
yeah, it was like a powerful moment to be like, not really okay.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, but now that I've admitted that, like, do I sit in this not okayness or do I do something about it? And then what do I do about it? Like, I don't know how people live without God, because I could not. I would have unalived myself 12 times over by now. Like, life is hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Marriage is hard. And like I said on our anniversary, like choose your heart. Like one of the things I said, I did a post on my personal Facebook page was like, a marriage is hard, being single is hard. Choose your heart. Choose it wisely. Like what do you want? And basically essentially what that means is like you have to put in the work either way. Either direction you go, you're gonna have to put in the work. And so you can't just sit in not being okay. Like feel what you need to feel, experience what you need to experience, but also know like there's something on the other side of that. And how do you get there? Right, like you can't just sit in not being okay and just think that like okay is just gonna pop up everything. Like, or okay is just gonna pop up eventually. Like no, like there's still work that needs to be done. And so I think that was one of the pivotal lessons that I learned recently was like, It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to say that you're not
Yeah.
okay, but then what? Like you can't
You gotta
live
walk
there.
it
You
out
can't
there.
make your bed, sit there, pitch a tent, and it
Make
be.
popcorn, enjoy
You
it.
can't do that.
Yeah.
So now what? Like, okay, God, what needs to take place so that I can be okay? And I think that staycation really did that for me.
Yeah.
Like I have more of an excitement now,
Mm-hmm.
just surrounded about around like us, our businesses, like things like that. I do still think that I'm in this resting season, which I'm coming to terms with because it's so freaking hard. Um, but yeah, like it's I feel better. I feel lighter, or maybe because I needed to get some. Maybe that was part.
Could be it. Yeah.
No filter, man.
No filter.
It just comes out, huh?
Yeah. I think two of the there were some other things that came out during our vacation. Uh, pretty much blessings to both of us. I think the officially landing of the client for me,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, actually hearing from my oldest son.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people I don't talk about it much. I don't bring it up, but
We'll get there
we'll get there.
eventually.
But yeah, that was
And a friend of our marriage blessed us instrumentally,
yeah,
like
yeah,
just yeah, it was a great
yeah.
time. It was a great time. Like, yeah,
Like word, you can't even put it into words.
yeah. Like people like legit love us. They
Yeah,
stand for us. They're like they're here,
yeah,
you know? Um and that feels good. It
yeah,
feels good to be loved and cared for. One of our friends, you probably can see it in the back, got us a gift, and it's our first
like
I feel like it's our
first
anniversary
gift.
gift,
Yeah,
yeah. And another one of our friends of the relationship of the marriage wrote us like a handwritten note that
yeah,
was so
yeah.
nice. Like just beautiful. Like friends are amazing.
The
Like
right friends are amazing.
that part. That part. So I think that was it. That was
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah,
I feel like we should do more like get to know us
yeah.
kind of Q&A and then us like getting to know each other in
Right.
the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on this episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please make sure to give this video a like. And if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and do so because what are you waiting on? We need you to be a part of the RL fam. We are renewed love, so you will be a part of the RL gang, okay? So make sure you tap that subscribe button, make sure you like and share with a friend. The more the merrier. Like my husband said last week, we are family, right? Can't leave out all my people with me.
Come on, cuz.
So, cousin, make sure that you share this with a friend. If you guys have any questions, if you have any video topic ideas, or you want to know more, go ahead and drop it in the comments.